A second time, and I give the call to the honourable member for Dixon.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I remind the member for Groom, who's just spoken to the House, about a recent federal election in which Australians were presented with two very distinct energy policies when they voted in May: embracing Labor's plan for a clean, cheaper, renewable energy future that secures our economy, is good for our environment, our communities, and will deliver the jobs of the future, or the Coalition's costly detour down a nuclear path that we all know is slow, risky, expensive and out of step with our national strengths. Australia no longer stands at a crossroads. Aussies made their choice. The Queensland LNP, however, are obviously still in denial, as demonstrated over the weekend. The people of Australia overwhelmingly voted at the last election to support better health care, more cost of living relief, a strong jobs economy that includes a transition to cheaper, renewable energy. This affects everyone. It affects Queenslanders living in the regions who want more local jobs, young people in our inner cities concerned about climate change, farmers who are seeing and experiencing firsthand the impacts of natural disasters. Reducing our emissions is crucial to creating Australia's future. The world is undergoing one of the most rapid transitions since the Industrial Revolution. Most industrialised nations have committed to net zero emissions. Governments are setting ambitious targets. Investors are shifting capital towards clean technologies, and consumers are demanding more sustainable practices. Big businesses have shifted to net zero practices because if they want to be competitive, save costs and ensure resilience, they absolutely must. By endorsing Labor's plan in May, Aussies have made a very clear statement to the world that Australia is the place to do business if you're looking to use clean energy to create prosperity. That is why this bill is so bizarre. It goes against the will of the people and it is anti-business. Responsible emissions targets are essential to Australian jobs. Australia's trading partners, particularly those in Europe and Asia, are more and more demanding the places they trade with act responsibly. If we don't act, we risk being left behind. Many of those opposite say that this transition is costly, but that simply is not true. The truth is it's an investment in Australia's future and an investment in our suburbs and the regions. In Australian suburbs, over 33% of homes now have rooftop solar. With over 4 million rooftop solar installations, Australia has the highest per capita solar in the world. Solar panels on homes are saving families up to $2,300 a year. Our Cheaper Home Battery program, with a 30% discount on solar batteries, is already working to bring on energy storage to cut bills for households and support the grid. We know climate change disproportionately affects cost of living for regional households, for example, due to higher insurance premiums. Worsening droughts and extreme weather from climate change are far worse for farmers and food prices. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change says climate change has already slowed agricultural productivity. The Australian Bureau of Agricultural and Resource Economics and Sciences found that from 2001 to 2020, climate conditions reduced farm profits by an average of 23%. This bill is the clearest sign yet that those opposite are in a shambles. They are not even trying to hide their undermining of the Leader of the Opposition anymore. They've come straight out with it. This is their desperate attempt to cling onto the keystone policy of my predecessor, despite it being shot down by Australians at the election. This bill is not just repealing Labor policies, but it's also repealing those introduced by the Morrison and Howard governments. The member for Maranoa doubled down at the Queensland LNP convention over the weekend because, along with the member for Fisher, he thinks he is much smarter than the Queensland voters.